Hey, Karen here. And the third one I've saved to the end because this one has to still be my favorite. And that was a gentleman that we've become very close to. I unfortunately can't give his name because his family still, I don't believe, know what happened to him. He came over to the UK years ago as a refugee and went to London, and he met a woman. They fell madly in love, and he put aside his refugee application because now he was married for life, he thought. And they were happily married for a while. Then they actually moved, and that's when things started to not go so well. And just when his visa application had to be renewed, because that's what has to happen every few years, instead of renewing the application and maybe working on the relationship, seeing if the marriage was going to work, the opposite happened. His ex called immigration. He was detained and he was immediately put in custody. He lost everything. He lost most of his belongings. He lost his car. He lost his home. He lost his job, everything. Literally overnight. He was put into a police cell. And when we found out, I phoned immediately and I said, I'm a lawyer, I wish to speak to this person. And the police person that answered the phone said, I'll go ask him. And when he came back on the phone, he said he didn't want to speak to me. This turned out to be completely false. Anyway, he got shipped off to Dorset. Then he was taken to a holding place outside of Heathrow. The place outside of Heathrow is called Harmondsworth. And if you are up on the news as to detention centers for refugees, Harmondsworth does not have a good reputation. It is literally located right by Heathrow Airport, so there's planes going up overhead all the time, and some of the guards are very unkind and point out to these people, like my friend who's trying to get refugee status, about how these planes are going to take you back one day, and comments like that. It's a violent place, there are suicides, drugs are smuggled in there. It is just not a nice place. And please remember, my friend has no criminal record, never has. He's never had a cigarette, he's never drank alcohol. This is a very lovely person that did not deserve this kind of treatment. Anyway, the good news is, finally, after I believe 56 days in detention, he was granted bail. Eventually, months later, he got a very good lawyer to help him out, and he was granted full refugee status. Here's what he's doing now. He is a third-year engineering student at Bristol University. He's getting straight A's. His teachers and his professors love him, and he is never bored. He has a full-time job for the summer now, being a manager of a coffee shop. He's just going from strength to strength to strength. Welcome to the last day of the Ration Challenge. In about 4.5 hours, it's midnight, and it really is over. Now, reflections on today. I am so sick of rice. I can't eat any more rice. I don't know what they call this phenomenon. Maybe just I'm sick of rice phenomenon. Falafels went okay. Unfortunately, I didn't earn enough for spices. I didn't earn enough for veggies. So they were just chickpeas. In another form. And when you put hummus, which is just chickpeas, on top of the falafel, it's just two different textures of chickpeas, let's be honest. Reflections on today. When I got up this morning, I was quite tired. It's been a tiring week. And of course, with the lower amount of food, I'm just really extra tired. And as it was a beautiful day, my instinct said right away to my husband, oh, let's go for a bike ride this morning. And he looked at me, and then I looked at him, and I said, I don't think we can do it, can we? He said, no, we're just too physically tired, and we just don't have the fuel in us, so we didn't go for the bike ride. The other story I want to share with you, though, happened when we did take the dogs on the beach for a walk, and my husband shared with me that at his workplace, he said that the day before yesterday, the people that he worked with said, oh, come on, just have something. Your wife will never know. My husband said something quite touching, and he told them, yeah, but I would know. I would know, and that's what matters. I know my wife wouldn't know, but I would know. But it is really interesting once you mentally decide to take on a challenge and you're determined to do it, or stubborn enough to do it, just the thought of not sticking with the rules just would not be an option. The only other thing I can say for today is I'm a bit sad about it being over. It is good to sit and think about things and reflect upon things that don't involve you, to reflect on other people. And it's an important human thing that we all probably should be doing more frequently. But definitely I am going to be even more mindful about the practicalities of what it must be like to be a refugee, eating such a limited diet. I cannot thank you again for all your support. It has been absolutely amazing and heartwarming and fabulous, and I think the world of you all.